team, certainly, as you heard from the stories, God made an impact both in their lives and in the country of Kenya, and I'm so very thankful for that. We did run some numbers, and I did want to share them with you. We had over 21 saved on this trip, whether it would be on the street or in our churches. We did get to visit 9 different ministries, all of them being pastored by national pastors, which was really incredible. We visited with 8 different missionaries. That's including husband and wife. Visited 4 different schools, did 3 VBSs and 1 work project. And so I would like to say that we were busy, but God blessed. God did an amazing work. And as you heard from many of these stories, it couldn't have happened without the gracious giving of our church family and the prayers that goes along with it. And I just kind of wanted to say that even though we see these numbers, the conclusion of all this is the reality that missions works. That the Great Commission and the gospel work, and that's why mission works, because of the Great Commission and the gospel work. And it works not just here in Findlay, but around the world. And as many of our people had mentioned, if you get the opportunity, man, you should take it. Our church has been blessed. This is our second mission trip in the last few years for adults going. Our teens do one as well. But if you get the opportunity, if it presents you, take a leap of faith and come with us and see the world and see what God is doing around the world with the gospel. I just want to encourage you. We're out of time this evening, but just from the Word of God, from the book of Isaiah chapter 6, there's 3 reasons why I think you and I should go to the mission field. Isaiah chapter 6 says this in verse 1, "In the year King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord high upon his throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. And above it stood the seraphims, each one had 6 wings. With 2 he covered his face, 2 covered his feet, with 2 he did fly. And one cried to the other and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is filled with his glory. And the post of the door was moved at the voice of him that cried, and the house was filled with smoke. Then said I, Woe is me, for I am undone, because I'm a man of unclean lips. I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips, for mine eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. Then one of the seraphims flew unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which had been taken from the tongs off the altar, and laid it upon my mouth, and lo, he had touched my lips. And thine iniquity is taken away, and thy sin purged. And I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then I said, Here I am I, send me. There's really 3 reasons why you and I should attempt to go to the mission field. One is the glory of God. When we were in Kenya, we got to see the opportunity of what I would say the glory of God being on display. God's glory was declared in Nairobi. Go ahead and show that next picture. There was a church there, we had mentioned it, Berean Baptist. This church is 3 weeks old. But already making an impact. They're in a area or community that is predominantly has a lot of immigrants in it, and our team got to paint those walls and paint that building. That story that you heard of Stefan at the end there, where the lady was saying, I'm looking for a church. I don't have a church. That's a church that's gospel preaching. Got to share that with her. So God is already at work, and God's glory is being declared among the lost in Kenya. Secondly, because of the lostness of men, there's a reality that no matter where you go, people are lost. You've heard that the people of Kenya were very open and willing to hear the gospel. And while there are many churches in Kenya, there's still many people who are unsaved. Half of our team got to have the opportunity, and you can see this picture here, to do a soccer outreach on a Saturday morning. And all those kids before you are kids who are unchurched. They're ones who don't have a church or local church that they're connected to. And part of the outreach of that local pastor is to put on these soccer outreaches and connect with these local clubs so that people can be reached. Because no matter where you go, adults, kids, they need the gospel. And I'm so glad to be able to partner with missionaries like Jim and Sybil Everhart, who are doing a great job of not just reaching people themselves, but training others to do the same. And God is doing an incredible work. Third reason why you and I should consider going on a mission trip is because there's a need for a witness. Isaiah here has the voice of the Lord in verse 8 who says, Who will go for us? And his response is, Here am I, Lord, send me. Oftentimes we think that, well, I don't know if I could be a missionary. I don't know if I could be involved. But the reality of you and I being involved in the gospel is not necessarily that we have to pick up everything and travel to a far-flung country. Maybe if we don't have to necessarily be in a third world country to share the gospel. You and I have neighbors, families, friends, co-workers, people on our sports teams that need to hear the gospel. And so the opportunity among us is great here in Findlay and around the world. But you and I can be involved in sharing the gospel. You don't have to wait till next year's mission trip or the year after that. You can be on a mission trip yourself as you leave this building and take the gospel to people who you know need it. So, as you've heard from our team many, many times, if you get the opportunity to go on a mission trip, come with us. It'll change your life. And we're so thankful for our church family and for the people around us who were able to help us go and answer the call of who will go for us. And we said, "Here am I, Lord, send us." And we went, and God did an amazing work. Would you bow your heads with me?